stands for your systems, applications, products in data processing. It is considered as a group of system, group of products, okay, group of applications. So systems, products in data system, application, products in data. SAP is an ERP package. So ERP is a concept. ERP is a concept. Based upon the ERP concept, SAP is developed. Your ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, which says how effectively we can use your material, machine, money, so that we get the best output giving with a lesser. Enterprise resource ERP concept tells the best utilization of the resources, best utilizations of your money, and to get a better product. So SAP is based upon your ERP concept. And another important thing of ERP concept is that how to integrate all the departments within a company. So in any of the manufacturing company, if you see, like we have 4 departments like material management, production planning, sales and distribution, finance, and HR. These 5 are core departments. From these 5, other departments has been done. So to integrate before your ERP concept, okay, if you want to implement the system, so the company had to buy 5 different applications for MM, for PP, for SD, for FI, for HR. So they have to buy a different application. And it is very difficult at the end of the year for them to integrate all these systems and bring the information to a common platform from where they can retrieve the required information, because all are in different applications. And the second challenge is that it requires more people to handle, and third was it requires more money to manage, because there are different applications. So the concept of ERP started with a combination of material management and production planning, where two departments has included, and they called it as a MRP.
Okay.
Material Resource Planning. Then they added one more process, that is SD. They called it MRP 2, Material Resource Planning 2. Then added your one more process, FI. They called it SAP, but it was more famous as a software for accounting package. Okay. At last, they added your FI and HR. Then they call it as a systems, applications, products in. Sorry. So this is how your concept has been. Now, considering the functionality of SAP is segregated into 2 parts. One is functional, another is your technical. Functional people like your MM, PP, SD, okay, FI, HR, all these are functional people. Technical, 4 are your basis, above. Okay, so technical people, if you say basis people roles and responsibility is for the installation of SAP, managing the security part of SAP, managing the access part of SAP. Okay, above people, they work more with the coding, or you can say they create a structured platform where functional people can work. Functional people, okay,
Um,
hello.
yes.
Okay. The functional people, the first and foremost responsibility of a functional people is to understand the client business process, to understand the how the customer business process is operating, then
Hmm.
configuring, customizing the SAP to meet the client requirement. So
But,
without understanding the hello,
I was just sorry interrupting. I was just asking, how about authorization? Authorization falls
basis,
into technical. Okay.
yes, basis,
Okay.
authorization, security, access, everything is your basis. So the most important as a consultant, as a functional consultant, is that we must understand the how customer is operating their business. Accordingly, we have to configure and customize the system to meet the client. So these 6 or 7 are core process, but as of now we have almost 45 plus modules in SAP. Okay, both combination of your technical functional, we have total now 45 plus modules. Okay, so SAP is still a developing product. It is not a fully developed product. Now, coming to your FICO, okay, people always say FICO is a two module, is a one module, but FICO have a two different modules, FI and your FI stands for your financial accounting, global financial accounting, okay, CO stands for your controlling. FI is more for your external reporting purpose. Okay, when we say external reporting, that is preparation of your profit and loss account and balance sheet. That is your financial statements. FI have 5 sub-modules: general ledger, accounts receivable, accounts payable, bank, and it have total 5 sub-modules. Okay. Now, similarly, controlling CO part is your controlling.
Okay.
Okay, it is more for your internal
General
reporting
report.
purpose. Okay, we can say controlling is a combination of your management accounting
Okay.
plus product cost accounting.
Okay.
Okay, management accounting, it's more for like a taking, it helps you to take a better decision. It helps the management to provide the reports and data us to take a better decision. Cost accounting, more of calculations of product costing,
Mhm.
calculation of ABC analysis. Okay, so it's a combination of what? Okay, I'll give you one example, okay, which will give you more clarity. Let's say there's a company called ABC, and
Okay.
we have 3 departments: P1, P2, P3.
Teacher.
In
Okay.
P1, let's say 10 people are there, P2, 20 people are there, P3, 30 people are there.
Okay.
Company spends, let's say every month, $36,000 on the expenses. Okay. Now, when I record in the FI, when I record in the my FI, I'll say, let's say salary account debited to bank account. But when I look into this report, I don't know to which department how much I spent. So this posting happens in FI. Now this particular posting will be taken into controlling, and it is distributed or it is reported based upon your individual department. Let's say for the P1, what I will do to find out the how much I spend on P1, 10 divided by 6, and I'll come to know 6,000. Similarly for the P2, 12,000, P3, your. So this particular distribution takes place. This can be done. It doesn't take place. You have to do it in the controlling. Why we require? So that I can know how much each department spends, how much each department earns. Accordingly, we can take a decision. Accordingly, we can control. We can see, okay, which department is spending more money, where I have to control which department is spending less, where I have to manage, why. So we can. But when I look into the FI report, it will be your salary account debited to your bank. But the distribution takes place in your controlling. Okay.
Okay.
Any question here in FICO?
Nothing. Kashi.
Sir, what about those modules they call FICA and what about them? FCA, FSCM and FICA and all that?
Those are advanced modules. Those are not come under FICO. There are different modules. FSCM, your financial supply chain management. Okay. Those are completely different modules from FICO. Or you can say that they are next level of your FICO.
Okay. Because some of the people they ask if you know FI, have you worked into FSCM or you have experience of FICA? So it's not related to FI. Okay.
FICO, that's a completely separate module. Okay. So normally people who has worked in FICO, they work on FSCM because they know the process. Okay. So financial supply chain management, where it says it is like how your credit management, collection management, dispute management, the biller direct, and treasury. So those are more related to FI, but there are advanced modules. That is a separate module. And FICA, your MGM all comes under your advanced module of FI.
Also to add to that, Kashi, say a company wants to implement something, so they have chosen say FICO, so they wouldn't have FICA, isn't it? Because they're two different. One is contract accounting, one is controlling.
We can.
Was it?
We can do that.
Okay.
We can extend it. It is not that if FICO is implemented, FICA cannot be implemented. Yes, it can be extended. So FICA can be extended to your FSCM. Okay, because lots of companies like FSCM is like has started nearly like 10 to 12 years back. Okay, so lot many company has not implemented. I have worked for a couple of rollout projects where we have implemented only FSCM. Okay, in the FSCM also, like most of the company, is treasury is not required for them because they are not into investing banking, so they are into manufacturing companies. So in the FSCM also, like partly your dispute management, credit management, collection management, biller direct, this part only they have implemented. They did not implement treasury because they are not into investing banking. Okay. Treasury is required for companies who are into more investment. Similarly, in the FICA also, it depends upon. It is not necessary that you have to implement everything. You have not, or it is not that you cannot extend. Yes, we can extend.
Okay.
So not only that
it's
module.
a different. Okay.
Sorry.
It's a different module altogether with a different certification.
Yes. Correct. Completely different. The certification is different. The training is different. The completely different.
And also, treasury is a submodule of FI, or what is treasury?
FSCM. Treasury is a submodule of FSCM. FSCM has 5 submodules. Okay. Credit management is dispute management, credit management, collection management, bill direct, then your treasury. So treasury is more like concentrate on the investment banking companies, where it is not that other companies cannot implement, but it helps more to your investment banking companies, which provides a more tool to their investment process.
Okay.
But still, there are other companies also they implement where they do lots of investments. Okay, there are companies are there who do lots of investments. Okay, not being an investment banking company also, so that time also treasury is important.
Okay.
So coming to the controlling, okay, we have cost center, we have profit center, we have internal orders, okay, we have product costing, we have COPA. Okay. Now, in this training program, we will be concentrating more on these. Okay, so I'll give you an overview of COPA and product costing, but not in detail. You are not going to spend more time in the product costing and COPA, because for product costing and COPA require nearly 80 to 100 hours to completely understand the process. But I'll give you a process overview of what exactly the product costing and what is it. But we will concentrate more on cost center, profit center, and the internal orders.
Okay.
So after the controlling part, apart from this, we will understand FIMM integration, which is very important. We call it purchase cycle. Then reports, there are standard reports are there in SAP, which is very useful. Month end and year end activity. Okay. And after month and year end activity, at last we will understand the new general ledger process. Because in the new general ledger, there are very important concepts are there, ledging and your document splitting. So we understand the concept of. So apart from that, theoretical sessions like what is the SAP methodology, what is the ticketing tool. So it depends on both of you as work in SAP. If you need so much explanation on that also, we'll try to understand how the SAP methodology process works. Okay, what is the ticketing tool? Okay, most of the students they do ask to understand.
Okay.
So this is an overview of our course content. Okay. Any questions here? Anything?
No, nothing from my end.
Nothing other than.
So let's start with the
Enterprise picture.
what is enterprise structure. Okay. Enterprise structure in SAP determines the place where we define the organizational units. Okay, organizational units in your company. So whichever the company you are implementing, okay, so what are the organizational units are there, we will define those organizational units, we create a relationship between those organizational units in your enterprise structure. Okay, so enterprise structure, from FI perspective, we have 5 organizational units defined and create relationship between them. But to complete the enterprise structure, to define all other organizational units, there are a lot many. So MM, PP, SD, HR, every module people, they have to define their required organizational unit based upon the client requirement, and they have to create the relationship. So enterprise structure, it helps us to define the organizational unit within a company, okay, and creating relationship between these organizational units. Let's take one example. Okay, let's take your Tata company. Okay, now under Tata company, we have TCS, we have Tata Motors, okay, we have Tata Steel. Okay. Now, when we say Tata company made a profit of, let's say, $100 billion, okay, that means that combination, the profit of combination of TCS, Tata Motors, and Tata Steel. Okay, so Tata company represents a group of company. When we say Tata Private Limited, it represents a group of company. In this example, the group of company are three group of companies. That is combination of your TCS, Tata Motors, and Tata Steel. In SAP, Tata is considered as a company. Okay, we call it as a company. So company is denoted or represented in SAP by 6 alphanumeric characters. Company which represent a group of companies. In this example, the group of companies are TCS, Tata Motors, and Tata Steel. Okay, defining company in SAP is optional. It is not mandatory that we must have a company. It depends upon your business requirement. It depends upon the process you are using. Okay, so if you define at a company level, it helps you to generate a combined report. For example, I want a profit and loss account balance sheet of combination of the TCS, Tata Motors, and Tata Steel. That means I want a report at company level. Okay, so company is denoted by 6 alphanumeric characters. Company represents group of companies. Defining company in SAP is optional. It is not mandatory that we must define company while implementing. Okay, any questions in company?
Is the company defined by the legal terminology, like it has to be in a legal terms of company, or there has to be a P&L and balance sheet, something on that line?
No. So company, it is not mandatory that they must have a profit and loss account balance sheet. It is optional. Creating company itself is optional in SAP. It is not mandatory that we must have the company, or it is viable to any of the legal terminology, profit and loss account balance sheet. No.
So if you don't create a company, then what becomes the highest order of?
Company code will be your highest organizational unit in your company code level.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Company is only used at the time it is more for reporting purpose. It is not for recording any transaction. Okay. If you see, the actual business takes place at your TCS level, Tata Motors level, or Tata Steel level. It doesn't take place your Tata company level. Correct? If you see any kind of business, if you say in the case of you are doing any, let's say SAP implementation is done by SAP or by TCS, then the actual business transaction is taking place as TCS, Tata Motors, or Tata Steel, not at your company level. Okay, so TCS, Tata Motors, Tata Steel are.
So here the client is okay. So the client here is Tata as a company.
Yes. This is just an example I have given. So we can say is Tata is our client here. Customer. Okay. Now coming to the TCS, in this example, we consider TCS is our company code. Okay. Company code is represented by 4 alphanumeric characters. Company code is the smallest organizational unit for which we prepare profit and loss account and balance sheet. That is your financial statement. for statutory reporting purpose. Company code is independent. Company code is the place where we record the transaction, and defining at least one company code is mandatory to implement SAP. Without company code, we cannot implement. Okay, again I'm saying company code is denoted by or defined by 4 alphanumeric characters. Okay, company code is the smallest organizational unit for which profit and loss account and balance sheet is refined. Profit and loss and balance sheet is prepared for statutory reporting purpose. Okay, company code is independent. Defining at least one company code is mandatory while implementing SAP. Without company code, we cannot implement SAP. Okay, so in this example, okay, I will say that Tata TCS is considered as one company code, Tata Motors are considered one company code, Tata Steel as a one company. Okay, now people may ask, give us an example where company is not required, only company code is there. Let's say Tata have only one company, that is your TCS. They don't have any other group companies. In that example, your company is not required to define, because in that case TCS, all the transactions happen at your TCS. It is not necessary for me to create a company because TCS is your hire. But in our example, let's say we have taken Tata Motors, Tata Steel at the end of the year. Okay, SAP provides the option where we can combine the profit and loss account and balance sheet of these three and prepare the profit and loss account balance sheet at your company level. So again, it is purely for your reporting purpose. It is purely for your reporting purpose where we record the transaction. We just for report to find out how much data, how the data is doing, what is the profit and loss account of balance sheet of your, but it does not impact your business transaction. It have a zero impact to your business. Okay, so whenever you, both of you might have seen, whenever you are doing any kind of posting in SAP, whether it is a sales invoice, purchase invoice, your payments or anything, always it happens only at your company code level, not at your company.
Yes.
Okay. So company code. Next is your business area. Okay. Business area represents a separate line of business. Business area represents a specific line of business. Okay. Again, business area is used for your reporting purpose. It does not impact your profit and loss account or any kind of transaction. It is purely for your reporting purpose. Okay. So let's say one example, one of the way of using business area. Let's say I have 4 business area. Let's say Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore. Okay. So I have 3 company codes. Okay. I have, for these 3 company codes, I have business operation in all the places: Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai. So TCS is available, is working is from Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai. Tata Motors, Tata Steel, they have branches also. Now, whenever I'm recording a transaction in TCS, Tata Motors, or Tata Steel, there will be a place what is called business area where I can give that transaction belong to which specific region, whether it belongs to Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, or Chennai. So every time whenever I'm doing a transaction, so I will segregate whether it is belong to Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, or Chennai. for TCS, Tata Motors or Tata Steel. Every time I have to give a business, which business area it belongs. So at the end of the year or at the end of the month, I can generate a report for Delhi. Okay, in the daily report, it will show me all the transaction related to TCS, Tata Motors, and Tata Steel.
So the business area is not specific company code. It can be common.
No. Yes, business area is defined at your client level.
Okay.
Okay, so client is the highest hierarchy in your SAP. Okay, so I'll just explain you what is. Okay. So complete SAP is segregated most of the places into 3 different environments. 3 different environments. That is development, quality, and your production. Okay. Now each environment is segregated into different clients. Okay. Let's take development, quality, and production. Okay. So in development, first we have a client called Sandbox. Then golden client, test, development test clients. In quality, your UAT client or your test clients. In production, your final client or your VRT client. We call it the
production.
Whenever there is a requirement from a customer, first we will try that in your sandbox. If you are not confident, okay, if you are not sure, okay, how it has to be done, what are the steps, what are the configuration or customization has to be done, we do it in your sandbox. Kind of initial experiment, we say. Now in the sandbox, I have an idea, okay, these are the configuration and customization I have to do, and the output, whatever the output will come, it matches with the customer requirement, then we do it in your golden clients. Each client is numbered. Okay, let's say in the sandbox, the number is 110. Okay, these numbers, it depends while installing SAP, the basis people, they will determine. Okay, they will tell which is the number. Okay, whenever you are logging into SAP, every time you have to give the client number. For IDS server, our client number is your 800 always. But in other specific, like if you go to real-time process, you will find different client numbers based upon the system you are logged. So in the sandbox, let's say we have given a number, the number is like client number is 110. So here we will do all kind of testing and everything. Once we know the process, then same configuration and customization will be done in your golden client. In my experience, I have seen golden client always given 100. Okay, golden client is the very important client where the final configuration and customizations are done, and the configuration and customization are stored in your transport request. We call it TR. Okay, most of the company, the transport request is always created or generated in your golden client. They do not create or generate any transport requests other than your golden client. So what the production client and golden client must have the same configuration and customization. Okay, whenever you want to change anything in your production client, okay, we can say 98% of configuration and customizations are client your independent. That means, okay, so it is not dependent. So whatever we do, okay, it has to be flow from your golden clients. But there are 2% of configuration which client independent, where we can do it. Like one of the example is number
ranges.
So then your master data, okay, it is not configuration or customization, but master data, transitional data, these are. So in the golden client, first I'll do the configuration and customization, then I will store in a transport request number. This transport request number will be internally generated. The sequence or the interval of the transport request number will be given at the time of installing SAP. The basis people will take care. So whenever for any configuration and customization, not for transactional data, not for master data, not for your number ranges, there are other few are there. Whenever you do Control S, system will ask for transport request. Then that configuration is stored in a transport request. Then the transport request is copied to your development test client. Okay, so why we copied? Because I have already done the golden client, I have already done the configuration and customization. So the same thing I want in my development, UAT client and production client. So I have stored in the transport request that I'll copy. So the configuration and customization, what is there in your golden client, will copy to your development test client. Then development test client, the consultants, not the users, the consultants, they will do the testing. They cannot do testing in your golden client. Golden client, most of the time, transitional data, master data will not be there, or do not suggest to do any kind of testing in your golden client. Then we do in your development test client testing. If testing is fine, then again the same transport request will copy to your UAT client. UAT, user acceptance testing, where the user will do the testing. They will do the testing. They will ask for their requirement. They will give the input data. They will complete the testing. If they approve, if they are fine, then the transport request will copy to your production. If we find anything wrong, anything indiscrepancy in your production client, we cannot change it directly in the production client. Again, it has to come from your golden client. We create the configuration, customization golden client, we save in the transport request, copy to development client, then quality, then your production. Now, why the sandbox, we do not generate the configuration and customization and the we save in the transport request copy? Because sandbox is more for your experiment. Okay. So now here each client is your highest hierarchy. Each client is independent. Each client has their own tables. Okay. When we say something is defined at client level, that is your highest hierarchy. That means that particular configuration and customization can be applicable. It is not mandatory that it has to be applied. Depending upon your requirement, it can be applicable to your company code or to your organization. In this example, let's say TCS, Tata Motor, Tata Steel. Okay, TCS, they have only branch in Delhi. They do not have branch in Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai. So it is not necessary while recording the transaction to give the Mumbai, Bangalore or. So it's purely depends upon your requirement. So we can use any business area once it's defined in SAP for any of the company code. It is, if you do not want to use it, do not update while giving the. Any questions here?
Business area can be one business area can be used for multiple company codes.
Yes, all the company codes I can use.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, because business area is defined at your
Company.
client level,
Okay. Yeah.
not company.
Okay. Okay.
Client level. Okay, I'll give you another example. Okay, let's say when you say client level, let's say Karnataka government, they applied a tax. Okay, so that will be applicable only in your Karnataka. That is not applicable to your Maharashtra. Correct? But
Yes.
if something is applied at your India level, for example, a new tax is applied for your India level, that means it is applicable for all the states. So we can say client is your India level. Company code is your more of your state. Okay. So client level, once we define, that can be used, or based upon the requirement, you can stop.
So in that case, company will be India, isn't it, Akashi?
Yes, just like understand.
So
Example, company is
company and client
Com
is same, isn't it?
So company is client is same, we call it, because company is also defined at your client level.
Okay.
Company is also your highest hierarchy. Okay, company is under one company, I can bring multiple company codes.
Yes.
So company is also defined at your client level.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why it is more of your client.
One and the same company and client?
No, we cannot say one of the same. Okay, company is defined at the level where client is there, where business area is there. The uses of your company, okay, let's say how I can use business area, okay, for any of the company code. Similarly, any of the company code I can bring under your company. So you cannot say client and company are same. Client is more of your, you can say, a environment, okay, a specific system where we record the transaction. Okay, company is physically we has to be exist. Client physically does not exist. And here when you say client, don't think it's customer. It's not customer. Client in SAP is completely different. Okay, this is what I was saying. Like, okay, in this development, quality and production, we have each client. Okay, a client is an organization and legal entity in the SAP system. All the business management data is protected here because other clients cannot access. Okay, so when you report or anything, okay, as a functional, as a like user, they may not understand the client. It is purely for your consultants. While implementing, they need to understand the segregation of the client and users of the client. At the client level, we cannot create a profit and loss account based on clients. Okay, when I say client, do not consider it as a customer. It's not customer. Client is a specific system. Let's say in your IDS server, when I log in, every time I'll give the client ID. Similarly, when you go to real time, if you want to go to a sandbox, then you have to give a client ID 110. If you want to go to a golden client, then 100. For development, testing 120, quality, we give most of the time 900, production we give most of the 900. So to access to a specific client in development server, if I want to access to a sandbox client, I have to give 100. If I want to golden client, 100. If I want to go to development test, 120. So, but company physically exists. Where we combine the company codes for your reporting purpose. And it is defined at your highest hierarchy. That means under one company code, I can bring any of the company code I can attach. I can relate. In the case of business area, for any company code, I can, while doing the posting, I can do the posting for any of the business area for company codes, which will define in the client. Any question here?
Nothing for now.
How about Shilpa?
No, nothing. Nothing as of now.
Okay. So when we say something is defined at client level, do not consider is that is company. Okay. If something is defined at client level, that means that is your highest hierarchy. That can be, it purely depends upon your requirement. That can be applicable to any company code. That can be applicable to the any of the organizational unit. Who will determine to which organizational unit has to be applied? The user. While doing the implementation, the customer. While recording a transaction, the user. They have to find out. Okay, that it can be used for any of the. So do not consider client as your company or company as a client. Client, company physically exists. Okay, we report, we generate a report, we can generate a report at your company level. We cannot generate a report at your
Client level.
Okay. Now, company code, business area. Next is your consolidated business area. Okay. Consolidated business area, again, it is purely for your reporting purpose. Even it is not used while you are posting. Business area is used posting and reporting, but consolidated business area is used purely for your reporting purpose. In our example, okay, let's say I have 4 business area. Okay, now I'll say I will combine Delhi and Mumbai, and to generate a combination combined report of Delhi and Mumbai, I'll create one consolidated business area, let's say North business area. Similarly, for Mumbai and Chennai, I'll create another consolidated business area, South consolidated business. So consolidated business area is nothing but keeping similar business area under one roof, okay, or sometimes even if it is not similar business area also we keep, for example, let's say sometimes they want a report which is a combination of Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore. They don't want a Chennai report. We prepare one more consolidated business area and we generate the report based upon the consolidated business area. So automatically system will combine all the transactions related to Delhi, Mumbai and Bangalore and it is. Now the uses of business area and consolidated business area is now very less. Earlier people used to in any implementation business area and consolidated business area are used more, but nowadays it is very rare. They use more of your profit center accounting, which gives a better tool, for reporting purpose. As business area, consolidated business area is purely for reporting purpose. It does not impact your any kind of transaction or profit and loss account balance sheet. It has its limitations, like it does not give you a proper report. It does not give you a very user-friendly report. That's why people have started using profit center accounting, which gives a proper and more user-friendly reports. Okay. So after the business area and consolidated business area, next is your credit control area. This particular configuration is more required from your SD perspective. As the name indicates, credit control. It controls the credit giving capability of your business. It restricts your account receivable. It controls your account receivable. Credit control area again defined at your client level. Okay, that means we can have one credit control area. Under that one credit control area, I can have all the company codes. Or if I want, I can define one-to-one credit control area based upon my company. Okay, it controls credit giving capability of your company code, or your company code. Okay, let's say I have defined 3 credit control areas: CCA1, CCA2, CCA3. Okay, CCA1, they have given a limitation is 1 million, CCA2, let's say 2 million, CCA3, 3 million. Now in our example, let's say TCS, okay, I assign company code TCS to CCA1. Okay, here Tata Motors and Tata Steel. Okay, that means TCS cannot give credit. They cannot do credit sale more than 1 million. CCA2, that is related to your Tata Motors cannot give credit more than 6 million. Similarly, TS, they cannot give credit more than 6 million. It restricts. Now, for example, let's say all the company codes, they follow the same. Let's say they follow only 1 million. Then under this CCA1, I can define Tata Motors, Tata Steel also. Or let's say Tata TCS and Tata Motors, they follow CCA1, and Tata Steel, they follow CCA2. I can. So whatever is defined is your higher, whatever defined at your client level is your higher organizational units. Okay. So in this case, credit control area is also in your higher organizational unit. Company code is in your lower organizational unit. Always a lower organizational unit is defined to a higher organizational unit. As example, under a manager, we can have multiple employees, but one employee can have only one manager. Similarly, under a credit control area, we can have multiple company codes, but one company code is assigned to only one credit control area. It cannot have multiple credit control. Okay. So these files are required to accomplish for the FI, only FI, not controlling, from your FI organizational unit purpose. First is define company code, define business area, define consolidated business area, then define
credit control area.
Now we have defined all these, but we have not created any relationship between these. So now we have to create relationship between these. Okay, this is your definition. Okay, now we have to create a relationship which we call it assignment. First, assign company code to company. And assign company code to credit control area. Then assign
Company code.
business area to consolidated business area.
Okay.
Now, question. Why we cannot assign company to company code? Why we have to assign company code to company?
Companies
Why
at a
we
high
have to
level.
assign?
Companies
Correct.
at a high.
Company defined at your client level. Credit control area is defined at your client level. Company code is your lower level. Okay. Any questions?
And the
Enterprise structure?
company code also has to be assigned to the business area, is it?
Not required. Not required.
Why?
Why? Because for example, if I assign to a business area, let's say I assign to Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, okay, but my company code, let's say TCS does not operate in Chennai and Bangalore.
Okay.
Then it will be a problem. So we keep it business area field will be open all the time. Okay, that means I can select any of the business area because it is purely based upon the transaction.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
whether the transaction belongs to that specific business area or not.
Okay, it's optional. Okay.
So there is no configuration or nothing. Yes, it is an optional phase. It depends. Okay, some companies they make it as a mandatory. We can make it as a mandatory while recording the transaction, but not at the time of defining the organization units.
Okay.
We make it as optional and you can use it. Okay. I have Vanessa's email ID. Shilpa, can you send me a text mail to my mail ID? I'll give you my mail ID. I'll send you two documents. Okay. Initially, as I said, I'll share you with only 3 documents. One is by step-by-step notes. Another is your PwC, where they have explanation, and one more book that is more from your interview perspective. That is Narayana book. Okay. Try to read these 3 books only. Okay. Do not go for other books or more deeper. After 4-5 sessions, I'll share with you more books where you can understand.
Okay, fine. I have already given my email ID.
This is it is not related to Gmail or anything. Is it fine? I'm not
it's
sure.
Outlook.
Okay, fine. Okay. Fine, I'll just send it to that one. Okay?
Okay, fine.
So we'll meet tomorrow and we'll do the configuration of enterprise. Okay, one more thing. Now, how we have this enterprise structure? Similarly, from each module, we will have a organizational unit, and most of those organizational units will be directly or indirectly linked to your company code.
Like plant,
your sales organization, purchase organization, from your HR side, everything will be linked directly or indirectly to your company code.
Company code, okay.
Okay, remember, company code is very, very important configuration. So from the company code perspective, so everything will be linked to your company code. Then it is so it is very important that we link everything to your.
Okay.
Okay, when we look in the FIMM integration, we look P2P, what are the organizational units in P2P required and how it is. But remember, not only for P2P, from your SD, your HR, or your production planning, okay, material management, from every module, it will be linked to your company code directly or
Okay.
okay. Fine then, send a mail to Murli and get the SAP server details, install it and get the access so that tomorrow onwards we will be looking into more into SAP system. First couple of topics I'll go a little slow because this is very basic, okay, very important, but later of time every second I will take two, three topics based upon the importance of the topic.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay, so tomorrow we
Have a
will be
great
seeing
day.
the configurations, isn't it?
Yes.
These 5.
Tomorrow we these 8 items.
Oh, assignment.
Configuration and assignment.
Okay, okay.
Then we will look theoretical part of again next topic, that is financial accounting.
Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Fine then. See
Okay.
you tomorrow. Same time.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Take care.